So in this video, we're going to briefly talk about the kidney's blood supply as well as the functional unit of the kidney where most of the filtration occurs. Before we get to that part, here we go with the blood supply. So as we discussed in a previous video, we can see the renal veins and renal arteries located over here. And we can see how if we follow the artery, I'll do this in green. If we follow the artery, we can see how it travels through around the renal pyramid and then goes into the cortex, right? So we can see that the artery is going to continue to get smaller and smaller to reach more and more surface area of the kidney so it could be filtered. And then eventually it's going to come back through one of the veins. The next thing to discuss here is the nephron. So the nephron is the functional unit of the kidney. What that means is this is where the work happens. This is where all the filtration is going to occur. They are super small. There's over 1 million per kidney. So these nephrons are extremely small. They interact with the bloodstream, and this is where the filtration occurs. So we are going to be discussing how this happens over the next few videos. So prepare for discussing these very small structures within the kidney. So as I said, this is where urine production occurs. And then there are two different types of nephrons. We're going to be focusing on the juxtamedullary one. And this gets its name because it is going to be between, I'm going to put a green line here. This is between the cortex and the medulla. So as this filtrate moves throughout this nephron, you're going to see that it's going to move first to the cortex, and then it's going to move down the medulla, and then back up to the cortex, which will be important when we talk about the different concentrations and how the filtrate is created. We also see the glomerulus right here. This is going to be a knot of capillaries, and here are two of them within the nephron, circling them in green. So essentially, the arteries are going to extend into this glomerulus, and it's going to create basically like a knot, like a little bunch of arteries where the blood is going to go into, and through that pressure, we will talk about how the different components of what's in the blood are going to exit, so we can filter it. And then lastly, we have the renal tubule. The renal tubule is a term for the right here, basically all of these tubes that consist within the nephron. Right, so there are different parts of the tubes we'll be talking about in the next few videos, but essentially these renal tubules are going to be responsible for filtering out the substances to create the urine that will eventually go down this collecting duct right here and exit the kidney. About 25% of our cardiac output is filtered through the kidney every minute. So the kidneys are doing their job very efficiently and very quickly. So there's a lot of blood traveling through the kidneys, as you can see, in a minute, let alone the day. So they do a lot of work, and they are filtering out as much of the waste products as they can. So with that said, the next few videos are going to focus on the specific components of the nephron, which again, this is going to be extremely important to remember, as well as what is happening to filter out these waste products. So if you have any questions, please let me know.